Listen, it's Latrice. Good morning, good afternoon. Just want a quick thought. Listen, this just blew my mind and I wanted to share it with you. And I'm not going to take total credit because I have this book by Lisa Turkhurst and it says What Happens When Women Say Yes to God. It's a devotional. I love it. But whenever I'm reading something, I always ask God to open my eyes to the wonderful truths in His Word. I love that. It's in Psalms 119. And I literally always say that, Lord, open my eyes to the wonderful truths. In other words, I don't want to just read. I don't want to read to check off a box. I don't want to read the word to just, oh, I got my little bit of God today. But I want to read so that the word can transform and renew my mind. Y'all, when I was reading today's devotional, one word stuck out: invest. Invest. Now I want to read this sentence and then I'm going to tell you what the Lord shared with me. And I want to encourage you. This is what her thought for the day was. When we invest in spending time with God, He will speak to us, and what we hear from Him in these quiet times will be echoed in other places. But as I was reading, before I got to sentence 2, all I could see was invest. Now, maybe this was really, really strong on me because I'm getting into investing. Well, I've been into investing, but really, really deep diving. Investing is a risk. Investing can be tricky. The stock market is uncertain. So when you look at invest, you're really putting something into the market in hopes of a return. So that word just stuck out. But y'all, think about what it's like to invest in taking time alone with God. Do you know the dividends? Y'all, I want to encourage you today, just like this devotional, invest. When you invest, it's a sacrifice, it's risky. I know I just said that, but I know it costs you something, right? But when you invest in spending time with God and giving Him access and saying, getting me fit, and saying, Lord, show me my plan, your plan. I lay my will down for your will. When you invest every day to decide, I just want to take a moment and get in your presence and hear what you have to say. Yes, I'm going to come in with praise and prayer, but I'm willing to sit quiet and wait for you to speak because I recognize you speak. Y'all, I can't even encourage you enough today to invest in alone time with God. Invest in pursuing God's presence. In His presence is direction. In His presence is joy. In His presence is clarity. In His presence is hope. In His presence is renewal. In His presence, it will renew your mind. In His presence, He will put you together. You might be broken, but in God's presence, is so much. But I want to encourage you today, invest. This is investing where you are guaranteed a word, where a return. When you invest in alone time with God, you're willing to be still. You're willing to say, God, I'm not going to move until I show up every day at the same time until you speak. My God, just like Miss Lisa said, what God begins to speak to you, y'all, you can walk in it. You can stand bold. It might scare you. You might say, who, me? But when you hear God speak for yourself, that's powerful. It's nothing like going to church and getting a word or hearing confirmation, but it's nothing like experiencing God's voice for yourself. So I just want to encourage you today, invest. Invest in alone time with God and see what kind of dividends you get from that. When God gives you a plan, when God gives you a vision, when God gives you walking orders, oh my God, there's nothing like it. Invest. It's risky. It's time consuming, but think about naturally when you invest in the stock market. Every morning you checking that thing, you looking, you get the note. We had them little notifications coming to our phone. This done crashed, this happened. The time, one of the most precious gifts from God is time. We can't get time back, But imagine if we gave God the most precious gift that he gave us, time. To say, instead of logging on to social media, instead of checking my investments financially, instead of doing all the things or trying to connect with this, I will give you my most precious asset that you gave me, time. And I will give it back to you, invest it in you, to sit still, to be alone with you, to say, God, what way should I go? How do you want to get me fit? How can you fit me, not just in my body, but in my mind? How can you fit me in my soul? How can you fit me as a parent? Lord, I want to get focused, intentional, and tenacious about the plan you already have for my life. So I'm giving you my time. And I'm willing to sit here until I hear from you. Y'all, that investing is going to pay some powerful dividends. Invest today. Invest in the presence of God. Bye.